a wife, a mother, a daughter, and also an entrepreneur. I know it sounds like a mouthful, but I'm trying to keep all the balls in the air. There's still so much more I'd like to accomplish to fulfill my potential. The journey's been long, but I've decided to use all my God-given talents, abilities, and gifts in every possible way. I would be simply miserable if I left any opportunity untapped and any stone unturned. So I have this vision. I'm actually a person of faith, and my anchor is my deep belief in God. There's just no way I can survive playing at a very demanding schedule without this deep belief. I've decided that this time to tell my story and share my journey, vision, dreams, even my deepest fears. My only regret is not having started earlier. So the vision I referred to earlier, we all get to that point where we are convinced beyond a doubt that there's a light that has been lit in all of us, and this light must be passed on and hopefully spark and inspire my 3 lovely children and the next generation, that it is possible and that they can change the world and the world around them. The question then is, how do we align our voices? Because most of us don't know how. How do we conquer our fears? Our fear, especially of failure, and in my case, fear of ridicule. Sometimes you're your own harshest critic, attacking yourself ferociously, because it's mostly an internal mental fight. The voices in my head, who am I to go on a global expansion when I'd barely just set up a company that is under a decade old? The city of London? You left as an employee. Who are you to come back to own an office in that city? Dubai? Another expansion? The playground of billionaires? I'd set up a company in my mid-20s, Nexus Consult, and no single transaction was executed. At the start of my career, I was willing to be away from home, from my family, and jump into the corporate world. Little did I know that I was being prepared for destiny. And make no mistake, challenges came as I started to climb up the corporate ladder. Staying true to my values, ethics, and belief seemed to be very important to my core. But I couldn't figure out why. I was so young and it didn't all come to my consciousness until later. At 33 years old, standing out and up for what I believed to be correct was a test to see how far I was willing to go. Those were some of the hardest times in my life. No one tells you how tough the journey can be, and some of us paid the ultimate price. The pivotal moment for me was when I had to say to myself that I can set up a finance company, which is male-dominated, by the way. I'm going to do this in Lagos, I can do this in London, and I can do this in Dubai. I am good enough. I am good enough. Mojisola, you are good enough. I met my wonderful husband in boarding school. In effect, we grew up together and discovered God together at the young age of 17, sharpening each other to be all that He has called us to be. We've been together for 25 years with 3 lovely children, Isabel, John, and Annabelle. He's a lawyer and always gives me unpaid sweetheart legal advice, which even helps foster our connection and allows us to engage seamlessly between personal and work life. What motivates me now? There's always one more person, someone who needs to know that they are good enough and make a change without compromising who you are. You can make your own narrative, a narrative that is the road less traveled. You don't need anyone's permission or validation. When you get where you're going, you can truly speak your truth, even to power, particularly to power. Your test is your badge, and that's your certificate to speak to power. My name is Hunponu-Wusu, so let's go. I'll see you on the inside.